guys, now I'll be using these two fabric for my roof satin bonnet. You can see this is Ankara printed fabric. You can see how the fabric is. Now I just go for this fabric to easily match it inside, sort of like senator materials. You can see now I'll be using both fabric for in and this fabric for out. This fabric for in, that is for out, that is my Ankara fabric, while for this materials for in. Now you can see how it is, how lovely and sexy the two materials are. Now let's go for the drafting of a satin bonnet. Now I've cut out the fabric. Now this is it. For the I start with the Ankara fabric. Now I'm using length of 29, then I'm using that breadth also for 29. Both the length and the breadth are both 29 inches. Now let's check again. This is 29 inches for length and 29 inches depth, sort of like creating a square. Then I'm going to fold it together like this. When I fold it like this, you can see how I did that. And I close it again. After folding it, I'm going to close it like this. Now remember, I use length of 29 and breadth of 29. Both the length and the breadth are the same thing. Now after folding it, I'm go now for my radius. Now we are going to start from here for the drafting out. Remember, sort of like 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're not going to start from this edge, because this edge are sort of like pieces. Not that when drafting it, you will be at the end of your drafting, you have a piece fabric. Now I'm going to start at this closed edge. You can see the edge right there, the closed edge. Now you go now for it. Now I'm going to check what I have. Then now I'm having 14 inches, this 15 inches. Now I'm going to use 14.5 inches all the way down for the radius. Then I'll place my tape right here at this edge, and I'm going for 14.5 inches all the way round. Now we go like this. That is how Mazi wants it to be. You can try to go for maybe 18 inches round, but for this tutorial I'm using 14.5 inches all the way round. And I'll go now and chalk it. Remember, I start from this edge to chalk it. Now after the radius, this is what I have. Now let me check again. This is 14.5. I made 14.5 all the way around. Now I'm going to cut it out starting from here. Then I'll cut it down. Now like this. You're going to take your scissors, then you cut out like this easily. Now after cutting, this is what I have, and I'm going to open it now for you guys to see. Now you can see how it is. Wow, how the shape it have. Now I'm sort of like circle shape. You can see the well perfect circle shape is what I have. Now what I have now, I'm going to replace it on my fabric. That is the senator fabric that I want to use for inside. I'm going to place this Ankara fabric on this skirt. Now after placing it on my senator fabric, this is what I have. You can see how it is, how the circle shape. Then I'm going to cut it out like this, just to bring out the circle shape also at my senator materials. Now after cutting it out, you can see this is what I have. This is my Ankara fabric, and right here. Now I want to give you a tip on this fabric that I'm using. You can see this fabric sort of like, this is not a shining side, but right here is my shining side, and I'm going to turn it now so that both the shining side they will be the same. Now this will be the outside when sewing my bonnet, while the shining side will be the outside also. So both the inside they are be the same. Or this place is not the shining side, while right here is also the inside of my Ankara fabric, and they will be together. Now how do you turn it? Now I'm going to place it like this. I'll turn them together so that the outside will be the same. Now like the inside, they are like this. You can see how it is. Now this is the inside. This place will be inside. This is where I'm going to turn. The inside will be the turning for me. Then after that, I'm going to turn that. Now I'm going to my machine now to use half inches to turn it on my machine. I'm going to turn it all the way around. Now while turning, I'm going to stop right here at this side. I'm going to stop at this side. Maybe at any point you can choose any side you want. Then I'll stop like 6 inches. I won't close it or everything. Then I'll stop at 6 inches, or you go with 5 inches just to turn it out. Now I'm going to use half inches to turn it all the edge all the edges will be turned, then I'm going to left with 5 inches or 6 inches, any part you want. Now I'm going to my machine now to turn it out and left 5 inches or 6 inches without turning. Now after turning it out, this is what I have. You can see I use half inches to seal it. After sealing it, then I left 6 inches right here. Now you can see what I did. You can try to use it as you want how to turn it, but right here this is sort of like 5 inches. I use 5 inches space right just to turn it now. Now after that, before I turn out, I'm going to notch everything, all my seal edge, and I'm going to notch it like this. I've notched it. Now you can see how it is. I've notched everything. I use half inch to notch it. I notched my scissors. Then I'm going to turn it out at this 5 inches space that I left. I'm going to turn it out like this. Now after turning it out, this is what I have. You can see how it is, how sexy it is. Now this is my space that I left. Then I'm going to chalk it now all where our elastic band will be, and the roof. Now let me do it at this side, this sort of like inside, should I even call it just the other side of my bonnet. Now I'm going to chalk it here for you guys to see, because this fabric and fabric sort of like not showing well. Then I'm going to chalk it there. Then how do you go? We are going to go like this for the shaping. You come right here at this edge. After turning out, I use my press iron to press it well. So make sure you press it well so that it won't be bouncy, it will lay. Now I'm going to use 1.5 to chalk it like this. You can see what I do. I'm using 1.5 to chalk it all the way around just to form the square shape again, another square shape again with 1.5. Now I'm going to use 1.5 to chalk it all. Now after chalking it, this is what I have. Remember, I used 1.5 inches to chalk it all the way down. Now after that, I'm going to go outward by half inches again. Now you go outward by half inches like this. Now before going outward at half inches, we are going to stop. We are not going to go round. These inches that I use to turn it, you can see right here, these inches that we are going to use to turn it out, this sort of like the 5 inches. We are going to shape the 5 inches out just to know where we are going to stop. Now we are going to shape it out. That is where we are going to turn. Now the half inches that we are going now, we are going to start the half inches at this side. You can see from this shaping, you stop the half inches. Likewise at this side, this is the half inches that we are using. So the half inches is going to start from here, like all the way down. You start it from here. Start this side from here down, then likewise here. But for the 1.5, we do that one all the way around. But this half inches, we are going to start right here. Now let me chalk it around. Now this is what I have. 1.5 inches, I chalk it around. But the half, I go outward, yes, let's call it outward. I go outward by 0.5. Then the 0.5, I start from here, then I stop at this end. That is the opening place. We are not going to close it like we did for the 1.5. Now I'm going to my machine now. I'm going to sew it all the way from this, the 1.5, I will sew it round. But the 0.5 inches that we came out, I'm going to start the sewing from this side, then at this side, start from here round, then you end here. Now I'm going to my sewing machine now to sew it and show you guys how it is. After the turn, you can see how it is. This is how it is. Now I'm going to insert this space, the half inches that I took out. So this is where I'll be inserting my elastic. That's why I left space for this 0.5 inches that I go outward. Then I'm going to insert my elastic band with my pin, a safety pin. Now let's go. This sort of like I'm having 12 inches for my elastic band. Is okay for my head ram. So go for the elastic that is okay for your ram. But after inserting it, it won't hold your hand. I'm going to do it like this. Use my safety pin and pin it with this elastic. You can see how it is. Then I'll close it. I'm going to insert it. Starting from here like this, then I insert it all the way around, then you go like this. You are going to insert it inside like so. You can see how it is. Now go now and start inserting it, then it's so that I can pass through the inches that I do. Now after inserting my elastic band, now this is what I have. Now pin it together like this. I'm going to join it join this side, hold the elastic, I pin them. So after turning it around and I pin it, I'm going to use half inches to join it inside. Now I'll show you guys how it is. After joining inside, then I'm going to close the edges that I left, these rough edges that I left to turn it. I'm going to close it just like using just tiny gathers to close so that it won't come out when sewing it. The thread will not be invisible. So I'm going to join it now, join the elastic band, then go in now and fold it together. Then use my sewing machine to sew these rough edges. Now I'll show you guys how my roof satin bonnet is. You can see it's sort of like sponge already. Now you can see how my satin roof bonnet is. You can see how lovely, how puff it is. You can see how puff it is with the hem. You can see. Now remember to fix your elastic band that fits your head. Then close the rough edges that will pass through it. Now you can see how it is, how lovely my satin bonnet is. Easily to rock your outfit, any outfit, design, roof, this scooch and roof. Thanks for watching this video. Kindly click on the subscribe button and click on that notification bell to notify you once I drop it. To like, share and comment for this tutorial. Thanks. Bye.